interesting. And then if we take a quick look at DAP, looked like it made a little bit of a run last night. It did. Ooh, it had a huge run. I thought, well, that would have been a great play here. Look at that. It's only 10%. But now in this coin, this is where you would sell, because every time it's come up into here recently, it's sold off, sold off, sold off. So we can only go based on what we see here. But if this can fight through this red support area and get supported on top of this and hold it, that could be that guy could be saying it's going to make a major move to the upside. But right now, if you're looking at this, even though the 100, the 200, and the 50 are all rounding a bottom and starting to turn to the upside, this has started to hold it as support for the first time. This could mean it's going to try to break this red area and maybe come up to upper resistance up here at point a bunch of 0.790. But if this continues to do what it's been doing, it'll have a quick drawback. And on this next drawback, that's where you would buy it down into this range and play for a nice pump. But we'll continue to pay attention to what happens with this highly volatile coin. We can only go off based on what we see down here. And then if we go with the AGIX, we were talking about how AGIX could pump. And you can see now it did. See AGIX? It did indeed come through and now turned and is trying to flip this 0.0587036 to major upper resist, major lower support. And we were talking about when we looked at this coin for the first time the other day, check out the technical analysis. If we could get up above that major area right there, you had very little room between there and AGIX and the 200-day moving average up there, right? So that's what we're going to look now for to see if our next move happens. If we zoom back in to the, because this thing's been in a falling channel for a long time. If we zoom back into the 15-minute time frame, what I would look for today, if you're trying to be bullish and you're trying to make a play on this now that it's broken over this critical area, is when it comes back down and back tests this old upper resistance here, this old upper resistance here, and then it's flipped it now, and now when it comes back down to hold it as support, that would be where you try to buy this now, and then see if it holds that. Let it dance there a minute. If it holds it, that's where you buy it. And your next major resistance area is up here on the weekly. I forgot I put these on the weekly. You can see we went over this before. Your next major upper resistance. Let's get this. Let's unlock this. No, not hide it. Oh, fuck. Just make a new box. Your next major upper resistance is right here. See that? When we went over last time why this would be the case. Let's put that in there. Let's make that white so I know it's a resistance box. Lock. And we went over last time why that would be the case when we talked about this coin the first time, because we put this bar down here before we zoomed into the close time frame, because if you notice, this was a major area. We were over the major volume traded area with that red dot, so that was bullish. And then this was your last area of sellers, the wall of sellers, because if you look at the volume, steeply declines, steeply declines, steeply declines, almost to a regional nothing volume. So if we got above this area, this was an all free area to run, not a lot of resistance. The next major upper resistance would be where the stack of buyers and sellers were in volume was up here. So we thought if we could break above this, you would have a nice run to the upside, and that's what we were waiting to play, or that's what we were looking at to see for a nice pop and swing trade. And you can see the 50-day moving average in the weekly time frame is there. But if we zoom into the 2-hour time frame, or more 4-hour time frame, daily time frame. The daily time frame, you can see the 200s there, right? That's where we were circling last time, and then you got your major upper resistance up there, and now we're getting above the 50-day moving average in the daily time frame too. So that is something that I'm definitely looking at, that this might be time for AGIX to make an impressive over the next week to 10 days, make an impressive 50 to 128% rally. And that's something that we're going to be watching to see if it does indeed hold the moving averages that it's just flipped from bearish to bullish, and that major resistance that it just powered through at 0.0592. We'll see if that is not a confirmed flip and that can launch you to a quick pump to the upside and thinly traded volume area that we're watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace and love. Peace and love.